Hi, my name is Abhinav Bhagat from Abhinav Bhagat Events, and we've gotten this opportunity to answer some questions for plush weddings, and we're going to do so. So, we're still living in the belief that the COVID 19 situation is temporary. It should subside in 2020. As Jack Ma said, survival is your profit this year. We're abiding with that. However, the good thing that has happened in the environment is the environmental benefits we've gotten from this quarantine period. It's exponential, and each and every one can feel the difference. We intend to take this forward in all the weddings that we do. We're taking an endeavor to say no to flex. We're trying to make it as eco-friendly as we can. We're trying to use pure fabrics, not synthetic fabrics. Obviously, lesser artificial flowers, minimum oasis, and stuff like that. We're trying to import the least from China, and we're trying to promote as many Indian crafts as we can. So yeah, that's, I think, the best way to go about it is to take this boon, take this COVID-19 as a boon that has happened to us, and take this forward. Understand that this is a way of life, and take this forward. Yeah. So we're focusing a lot on craftsmen. We call them to our warehouse. We host them for months to hand paint, embroider, stitch their craft for us to exhibit in our weddings. We give them professional images in form of hard copies so that they can sell their work further. They can probably gain more money out of it, probably sell our idea to get more money out of. And we've traveled extensively to make contacts with potters, embroiders, painters, metal workers. So, in terms of production, we're very proud to be manufacturing any creative element that we put at the wedding. We manufacture in-house already. We hardly import, apart from fresh flowers or artificial flowers from time to time, or fairy lights we probably have to buy sometimes. Otherwise, most of the things that we try to use are Indian made, they are homegrown, they involve Indian labor, Indian craftsmen. We try to our florists, we try to show them pictures from Pinterest, from international designers, so that they can learn that style, and we don't have to actually import a craftsman to do that for us. So, our work speaks for the money we charge. We intend to show clients very, very well clicked and edited photos of work that we've very meticulously done. This raises the bar sort of in the first attempt only. We do obviously give them an explanation that not all clients are same. Each client's budgets are different. Some are higher budgets, some are lower budgets. But we usually try to turn the table around on the client and tell them to give us a budget, that what they think they would spend, what maximum they could spend on decor. And then we take a meeting, we take a couple of days off, we reverse engineer it, we try to figure out that, okay, this is the sort of look that we can give them in this kind of money, and this is the kind of heaviness in the event that we can give them. So then we offer that particular presentation, that what the money you're about to offer, this is what you get out of it. And also, clients are very smart. They know when they see online the kind of pictures they see, whether they would be able to afford it or not. In case our ideas are extremely different in terms of budgets, we happily back out, and we offer a friend in the industry who does work at that particular price or works around those price brackets. So our deliverables are not as proper as, for example, a videographer or a photographer's. It's not clear cut like that. So we sometimes do a few things extra. Sometimes that we've imagined are not looking so nice. So we replace them with certain elements when it actually happens at the venue. but hence we don't sort of have a contract per se. But we what we try to do is we try to get a presentation which we think is going to look the best, and we try to make it as accurate, as close as the real event is going to be, and we put it on an email, and we put the amounts that we are asking for, and we expect a reply from our clients on email, which is sort of our contract with them. There's no written drafted document per se. Our postponement policies are very simple. We adjust the booking advance to whenever the wedding actually happens in the future, which we end up doing at current rates, factoring the inflation, the change in design, or anything at that time. At the time of cancellations, we just forfeit the advance if we are not at fault. But it hasn't happened ever. But if we are able to not satisfy the client with our ideation, we intend to not keep any money of theirs. So, like we're doing for ourselves, I suggest all players in the wedding industry, big or small, to definitely look for a secondary source of income, at least enough for our bare survival, which will help us live our event dreams in the future. The COVID-19 has happened, and it's opened deep truths about the luxury industry, and we must do anything to be a part of the essential and the non-essential chains of work. In our current business and in your current event business, I encourage all professionals to organize and ideate as much as we can, so that when we don't waste time, when it comes, when the time to work comes, like when we have to work our asses